Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to first look at Arsenal, the first option for Neto as Mikel Arteta insists on transfer, and then we're going to look at Arsenal can finally complete dream £20 million transfer 1 year after starting scouting mission. So the first transfer headline states that Arsenal the first option for Neto as Mikel Arteta insists on transfer. So the reports are stating that Arsenal's hunt for a new goalkeeper has reportedly arrived in Barcelona. Also reportedly the first option for Barcelona goalkeeper Neto to join this summer. Also linked to the move for Neto in January and are again interested in the Brazilian. The 31-year-old has made just 9 La Liga appearances since joining Barca from Valencia in 2019. Neto has been the understudy to Marc-Andre ter Stegen at the Nou Camp. However, with 2 years remaining on his contract, it appears he wants more regular game time. Also in the market for a goalkeeper, despite interest in Ajax's Andre Onana cooling, Sheffield United's Aaron Ramsdale is a target for Mikel Arteta following the Blazers' relegation to the Championship. However, Ramsdale would likely cost up to £40 million and the Gunners are not prepared to pay that much for the 23-year-old. Also number 1 Bernd Leno has entered the final 2 years of his contract and the German had a below-par campaign last term. And Spanish outlet Mundo Deportivo reports Neto has emerged as a strong target for Arsenal. Neto has decided he wants to leave Barca and Arsenal have reignited their interest in the player. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta believes Neto would be well suited to playing out from the back. Everton and Roma are also listed as clubs interested in signing the goalkeeper, who has 1 cap for Brazil. However, Arsenal are his preference and Mikel Arteta is insisting on getting a deal done. The report says Arsenal want Neto on loan, which throws into doubt whether Mikel Arteta views him as an option to become the club's number 1. Neto spent time in Italy with Fiorentina and Juventus before moving to Spain with Valencia in 2019. Meanwhile, Brighton's Matt Ryan spent the second half of last season on loan at Arsenal and the Gunners were keen on keeping him. However, the Australian is set to join Spanish side Real Sociedad instead in the view of getting more regular game time. Also do have runner Alex Runarsson, but the Iceland ace looked out of his depth in the handful of appearances he made in his first campaign at the club, and it is likely runner Alex Runarsson is likely to head out on loan for the upcoming season. Mikel Arteta wants academy star Arthur Okonkwo to be the third choice chopper this term. Okonkwo's contract expired on June 30th, but the 19-year-old is expected to sign a new deal. So it looks like also the first option for Neto as Mikel Arteta insists on transfer, and it looks like Mikel Arteta is still searching for a new goalkeeper for this football club, and it probably will be the number 2 to Bernd Leno, as it looks like Matt Ryan won't be returning to Arsenal and he'll be moving to Real Sociedad, where he pretty much did play in Spain before in his career, and that's an opportunity for him to get regular game time. And Neto has been seen as a suitable understudy to Bernd Leno if he is able to make the transfer move from Barcelona to Arsenal, and it looks like Mikel Arteta is keen on signing him on a loan transfer as he doesn't view him as a number 1 goalkeeper and more or less the understudy to Bernd Leno. So it looks like the question is why Arsenal isn't going for other goalkeepers, especially like Andre Onana. So this nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, which states that Arsenal can finally complete dream £20 million transfer 1 year after starting scouting mission. So the reports are stating that Arsenal are yet to complete their first signing of the summer's transfer window, but they do have several deals edging closer, and they could now land one of their dream targets. A summer transformation lies in waiting for Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta. Fresh from finishing a disappointing 8th in the Premier League table at the end of the 2020-2021 campaign, the Gunners, who face Scottish side Hibernian in their first pre-season friendly at week tonight, are desperate to complete a summer overhaul of Mikel Arteta's first team squad and add several flashes of quality to it. As reported back in May, the Gunners have aspirations to sign a minimum of 5 players this summer, all of whom would strengthen an array of different positions within the squad. Also, Gunners are understood to be close to be wrapping up the signings of Benfica left-back Nuno Tavares and Alba Sambila Conga of Anderlecht, as well as hoping to bring in Brighton and Hove and Alv defender Ben White to the Emirates Stadium. Signing a new attacking midfielder remains high on Mikel Arteta's wish list. A number of names have been linked with strengthening that particular area of the team in recent weeks and months, including former Lonely Martin Erdogan and James Maddison of Leicester City, the latter of whom is understood to be one of Mikel Arteta's top targets. However, the Gunners may have now been handed the opportunity to land Lyon midfielder Houssem Aouar. It was constantly linked with the move to North London throughout last summer's transfer window. That is because, according to a report by Get French Football News, Houssem Aouar is eager to force an exit from the Ligue 1 club this summer and test himself elsewhere. Houssem Aouar is reportedly that eager to leave the French club that he is currently absent from their pre-season training camp. Lyon have claimed that the 23-year-old is away from training at the moment because he is sick, but Get French Football News claimed that he is absent because he wants to see an exit from the club. It is reported that he had arrived at training on July the 1st to meet new Lyon boss Peter Bosz, but he has not been seen with the rest of the group since. It is claimed that the midfielder, who scored 7 goals and claimed 3 assists in 30 league appearances during the 2020-2021 campaign, is disappointed by Lyon's decision to allow Memphis Depay to leave the club and join Barcelona. Houssem Aouar, who did not make it into Didier Deschamps' France squad for Euro 2020, was heavily linked with an exit from Lyon last summer, but despite Arsenal's long-term interest in him, they failed to get a deal over the line purely because the French club were demanding more than £50 million, and the Gunners favoured a move for Thomas Partey, who, of course, joined from Atletico Madrid on the final day of last summer's transfer window. Now though, Houssem Aouar was reportedly available at a much lower price. So much so that it was reported last month that following Lyon's failure to qualify for the 2021-2022 UEFA Champions League, he could be available for just £20 million. Should that be the case, Arsenal may never get a better opportunity to try and finally lay their hands on one of their long-term dream transfer targets. However, the fact that the Gunners cannot offer in Champions League football could prove to be a major sticking point. With that said, Paris Saint-Germain and Juventus, who also have held a long-term interest in Houssem Aouar, may be in the driving seat to win the race for his signature, as they of course can offer him the opportunity to play in Europe at Champions League level. So we'll have to wait and see how Arsenal will use the summer transfer window in the end, and make sure you smash the like button to see if you can get 20 likes. Also, hit the subscribe button for more daily Arsenal news videos, comment below if you think these are good transfer deals, and click one of the latest videos on the screen, and I'll see you there.